Hey guys, Game Upgrader, spring has finally sprung, so it's time to recap the month that was, March 2019. And what are we drinking today?
Today we are bringing along a beer by Founders. This is the Dirty Bastard. It's a Scottish-style ale. We typically love beers by Founders, so we're excited to try this one out. You know the drill. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell icon so you never miss an upload. And sit back, relax, pour yourself a beer if you care to, and let's recap March 2019. All right, here we go, March 2019. Can you believe it's in the bag already?
I can't even believe that everything, all the madness, everything's over with.
It went by in a blink. It was a really fun month for the channel. We just kind of had a good time. Didn't have too tight of a script, but we got a lot of content crushed out. We've continued to see pretty good growth, which surprises me, so thank you to all of you. We're scratching and clawing our way to 700 subs. This thing just keeps continuing to grow, and that's all because of you guys. So apparently you like what we're doing, and if you don't, let us know about it. If there's anything you would like to see us do in the future, also let us know. But what we want to do in this series is recap things in the month just that moved the needle for us.
Yes.
Whether that be from other creators, things we're doing here in the game room, so on and so forth. So let's kick it off with the YouTube channel of the month. And what we're doing with this is channels that are not huge. You know, they're up and coming YouTubers.
Up and coming YouTubers.
2,000 subs or less, roughly in that range.
And the channel we want to talk about this month just hit 900 subs, and they are so close to 1,000, and that is Linda, aka the Gamer Girl, or as we like to call her, Linda, aka the Pop Star.
Yeah, so that nickname happened in one of our live streams. We were just being stupid, but we don't know Linda very well on a personal level, but she has supported our channel as we have hers, and it's been awesome watching her channel grow and evolve. Just in the short time that we have been following her, her content keeps getting better and better, and seeing someone putting in as much time and effort as she does into her work, approaching that 1,000 subs, that almighty 1,000 subs is awesome. She has a very cool, laid-back demeanor, covers a lot of different things in gaming. So she's not only on the modern scene, but she'll talk about retro stuff as well. She does some really cool pickup videos, which she doesn't just devote to gaming. So she will also show you movies and stuff she picks up,
which is really cool.
And kind of plucks our fiddle strings, because when we go to thrift stores, garage sales, etc., we pick up VHS tapes and those type of things.
And CDs and vinyls and stuff like that.
And I think the draw to her channel for us is we like channels that have people who just seem cool to hang out with and just seem like good people.
Yeah.
I can picture us gaming with Linda, having a beer with Linda, and just having a great time.
Much fun.
And she seems like she has a very random sense of humor as well, which I don't know if we're really funny or not, but we're very random.
Yeah,
so
we're very random.
Yeah, so it pairs nicely. We think if you like our content, you would love what Linda's doing over at Linda, aka Gamer Girl. So you got to get over there, check her out, and show her some support. Let's help her get to 1,000 subs. That channel's going to blow up for sure, just because she grinds. She just keeps going at it, and she's not going to stop.
And speaking of someone that's been grinding for a long time, let's move on to our next category, which is YouTube Video of the Month. This can be from any YouTube creator. It can be anything related. And this month is Metal Jesus Rocks NES Championship Cartridge video. This video is so cool.
Yeah, and Metal Jesus, obviously, like the big kahuna, right?
Yeah,
he's the guy.
He's the dude.
Yeah, he is so good. And this video, the reason I think it's our favorite is it kind of ties in everything that we love about what Metal Jesus does on his channel. He incorporates so many different things. He's got such a wide cast of friends that come onto the channel. And Kelsey's in this episode, who owns Pink Gorilla Games, and they really assess this guy's NES cartridge to see if it's legit, how much he can get for it, so on and so forth. The part that I also really like about this video is Metal Jesus is huge, but he hasn't gotten too big to still respond to a guy's comment.
Yeah, it was some random dude that emailed him, and then he was like, oh yeah, I'll help you with this, and he's just super cool. Like, we met him at a con for like a few minutes, and he was just so down to earth and so cool. And this video is really cool because it kind of feels like his older videos too. I got that vibe too, and it was awesome.
Absolutely, and I like humble people that are down to earth and keep their feet on the ground. And when we ran into him at Mo Game Con and we gave him some beers from Iowa and stuff like that, just so cool. It did not seem like we were talking to one of the biggest gaming YouTubers, and So it was really cool to see that video. We think you should definitely go check that out. And if you haven't subbed or checked out Metal Jesus' work, the guy is, he's like the Michael Jordan of YouTubing. So he's very, very good. And well done, Metal Jesus. You'll never see this video, I'm sure. But we love what you're doing. Keep rocking, man. And you're a huge inspiration to what we do here on Gaming Off the Grid. Game of the month. We put a lot of sweat equity into this freaking game. Take it away.
Mario 2.
Yep.
And I'm still a little sour about how the game ends, but I'll get past it because it was a damn dream.
Yeah, that is one of my favorite things that has ever happened in a video. The camera's rolling, and you just like pause, and you're like, it was a dream. Like, it just literally...
It deflated my entire... I was so excited we beat the game, and then I saw that, and it just deflated me.
And I even told you this off camera, the part of me the part that I think is so funny is it's a video game. Who cares if it's a dream because it's a non-existent thing?
Yeah.
But it still bothered you.
It's still bothering me. We beat it a while ago, so yeah. Let's Mario 2 is a great game, but let's move on to something that's not.
But it was a fun playthrough. It was a lot of fun getting through that game. So we put a lot of time into it, and now we are on to working on Mario 3. So stay tuned for that playthrough. A new thing we want to add this month is comment of the month. We get a lot of comments. That's one thing about this channel that has really taken me back. You know, we don't have a ton of subs, but our interaction from you, the viewers, is just unbelievable. We get almost as many comments as we do views, and so I feel like the folks that do follow us are really engaged, and we couldn't be more appreciative of that. So we want to kind of highlight comments that came through that were really cool to us. And we got one from another YouTube channel, CryptTube.
Yes.
It focuses on Tales from the Crypt, and why is that important to us?
Oh, yeah. So last October, back when we were way small, we did this series called Tales from the Grid, and it was just a horror October series where every episode we focused on a horror game, and then we also ranked our top 5 favorite episodes of Tales from the Crypt. And that series was so much fun. It was so much fun to do. And it's just so cool because he discovered those old videos and commented on them, and I was like, man, I kind of forgot about these. It makes me want to go watch Tales from the Crypt and like revisit all these horror games.
Yeah, so cool thing about this comment, not only did he find all that, this guy was in character in his comment talking like the Crypt Keeper. So if you're a Tales from the Crypt fan, you'll get it. If you're not, then you're probably like, who is this guy? But he is so into what he's doing on his channel that he did not break kayfabe to make a comment. He just stuck with it, and it was really cool. We went back and forth and eventually got him out of character and had some really good discussions. But if you're a Tales from the Crypt fan, you need to go check out CryptTube. We've made a new friend, and hopefully maybe down the line we can maybe do some collabs or something like that.
That'd be really sweet.
Yeah, and that series was way fun. If you haven't checked it out, we will put a pop-up in the top corner above there. We had the whole room decorated. We had a ton of fun with it, and we just did it for us because nobody cared.
Yeah, nobody cared, and I'm so excited to do something again this October. I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do yet, but it's gonna be the same style of stuff.
And the next category is Beer of the Month. I'm gonna let you talk about this one because it's in one of your favorite categories of beer.
Yes, it was Hipster Juice IPA by Reclaimed Rails, and oh my gosh, it's a hazy IPA. We drank it in our top 5 Shmups video. It's one of the best beers I've had in a while. It's so smooth, it's so delicious, it's just so good. It might be in the discussion for Beer of the Year.
Yeah, it was very, very delicious, and we're excited to get it again. Being a smaller brewery, it'll be interesting to see their level of consistency, like per batch. But it was delicious, and I'm not a huge IPA fan. It's just one of those beers that as soon as you taste it, you're like, wow, it was very good.
Incredible.
And on top of all that, that is one of my more favorite episodes that I think we have done thus far on the channel. Because
it was just so cool, everything that was in that episode.
Yeah, we've been really focused on tying in everything in our local scene and all of that. So to have a local brewery to film off-site, you know, out of the game room, which we love being in the game room, but it's cool to go do other things. Not only was it an amazing beer, but it was a fun episode, and so it really just stands out in my mind as a highlight of the month.
It's a highlight of the month and one of my highlights of the year so far. So it's if you haven't seen that video, we'll leave a link in the description below. Go check it out. It's so much fun.
Yeah, and another thing, this isn't going to really be a category, but just something I kind of want to get off my chest. Cool shit that happened to us in the month of 2019. And I am repping a shirt from the Nerd Layer, who had us on one of his videos called Let's Get Nostalgic. It's a series he's got, and if you've never been over to Nerd Layer's channel, the guy's name is Sean. He's way cool, and over in the Seattle area, I believe, and we just had a lot of fun we just kind of pair well with what he does over there, and it was a really good interaction. So just a quick shout out to the Nerd Layer. Get over there, check out his channel. Sean, you're the man. We really appreciate you having us on, and it's really one of the coolest things that has happened to us in a while. So cheers to that.
Yes. Now, let's move on to the last category of the month, and that is what's on in the game room.
Yes, what is on in the game room? I like the way that's going to be a new. We got to get a voiceover for that.
We'll snip it out.
So let's start with the music, because we're really big music fans. We said that last month. If you watch us, you know, and we've referred to it before. We're in a band together. Our intro song is actually by the band that we're in, so it's just a little snippet of it. But music's really important to us, so we always have music playing in the background. And a CD that we've had in that has been on rotation for quite a while, actually, is a disc by Camper Van Beethoven. So if anybody is not aware, they are like more of an indie alt band from the mid 80s to late 80s. They dissolved kind of early 90s and reformed, or their lead singer formed a band called Cracker, which maybe more people know. No, it's not Uncle Cracker. Don't even say it. It's Cracker. But nonetheless, prior to that, and then these guys have reformed since and are still together. But Camper Van Beethoven, popular songs of great enduring strength and beauty. Why this is so cool? Well, this is kind of like their greatest hits, right? But most of this stuff is re-recorded, so it's got a better sound to it, because a lot of their early stuff is like very minimal. It sounds very like singular track, like the guitars aren't layered, and you know, they were a small indie band, right? So this is really cool, came out with great quality, and we listen to it a lot.
Yeah, and the songs are just so incredible. Like, we have it on repeat in the game room, and I'm like, oh, I love this song. And then the next song comes on, I'm like, oh, I love this song too. It's just, it's such a good CD.
Yeah, and David Lowery, the frontman of this band, I think is one of the most witty and honestly one of the best songwriters, biggest inspirations to me. The guy's lyrics are just insane.
Oh, he's so good at like telling stories and like just writing lyrics. It's just so cool to just listen to what the song is about and like how he writes, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and he never takes himself too serious. So as soon as you hear like 2 to 3 serious lines, he's gonna rip it apart with like a sarcastic, you know, humor. The dude's IQ is through the roof. He's so smart. He's actually a professor. But nonetheless, if you've never checked out Camper Van Beethoven, it's odd, so give it a listen, let it marinate, but this is a freaking awesome album, and you gotta check it out. What else has been on in the game room?
Okay, so last month, you know, we were talking about WrestleMania 10, and we're still watching wrestling. This time we've been watching SummerSlam Volume 2, which is just like a compilation of all the SummerSlams between
early 90s.
Early 90s.
Like 93 to 97 or something.
Yeah, something like that. And it's just so much fun seeing the compilation of those SummerSlams. I just love watching wrestling. It's such a good background thing to put on. And
it is.
I just love it.
It's really cool for us because there's an arcade near us that's very 90s, late 80s, early to mid 90s nostalgia, and this arcade, it's a barcade, and wrestling's playing all the time. Well, our game room has kind of become the up down away from the up down, right? So we have kind of recreated that vibe on a smaller scale. So wrestling's always going on in the background, and we also watch other things. But this in particular, this SummerSlam Volume 2 was a cheap find at a thrift store. So we have zero money into it. I think we got it for $1.
Which is incredible.
Another cool part about this Volume 2 is prior to this, the early SummerSlams carried by Hogan, Savage, Warrior, the huge names, right? And then beyond this time frame was Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, The Undertaker. But this is where wrestling was kind of in a weird, dicey spot. Shawn Michaels wasn't a big star yet. This generation was built on the back and through the sweat, blood, and tears of one of our favorite wrestlers of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh, yes. And I just, every time I see him wrestle or walk into the ring or do a promo, I'm just like, you're incredible.
Yeah.
Man, I love him.
And, you know, we're getting a little off topic here, but this, he literally has a match against Dr. Isaac Yankem, like a dentist with bad teeth. You know, they put him in these matches with these broomsticks, and he still was able to carry the company.
But then there is a big match where he fights Owen
in a cage.
Yes. And there's just so much family drama, and it's just so on the edge of your seat. I've seen the match so many times, but every time I'm like, oh my, do you see that move he just did?
Yeah, and Mom and Dad
God.
are in the crowd. The Anvil gets involved.
Yeah,
and he
dude.
turns on Bret Hart. Oh,
Bulldog gets in the ring.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's such a good match.
So anyway, we get too jacked up about wrestling, but it's just a lot of fun, and it's the cool thing about it is we can have it on without much sound and be filming, editing, etc., and get sidetracked like, oh, did you just see that? So it's a lot of fun.
Rewind, let's watch it again.
So let's talk about the beer that we're drinking in this episode. The Founders Dirty Bastard.
Founders, incredible. Every beer I have is so good. The quality and ingredients are top notch. And when we first poured it, it had like a banana bread type aroma, which was like, oh man,
the nose is incredible.
That smells so good. And it like even kind of has that banana bread taste, kind of, sort of, and it's a really good beer.
It is, and one thing that I figured you probably would like about it is there are a pretty good amount of hops in this. So it's not IPA level at all, but it is a more of a bitter beer. Founders, I know they're not local to us, so I believe they're in Michigan.
Yeah.
We really love our local beer scene, and I think probably our favorite breweries probably are here in Iowa. I think Top and Goliath for you, probably Exile for me. I know it's kind of a dice roll, but as far as a nationally distributed beer, it's hard to beat Founders. They are incredible.
I've never had a beer by them that is bad or disappointing.
And they're good in every category. That's the other thing. So they've got, I mean, their stout game is obviously on point. They've got incredible stouts. I think that's more because they're a Midwestern brewery. It's really cold here a lot. Stouts are usually best served on like a winter time
because it's like warm.
And they're, up in Michigan by the lakes, etc. This would be a really good cigar beer, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If you're into Scottish ales in general, this would be awesome. If you've never had one, this would be a great place to start. If you're walking through your local beer store and see anything by Founders and are wondering what to pick up, honestly, I can't tell you the last time we've had a beer from them that we wouldn't say is a home run.
Yeah, I highly recommend any of their beers. So just pick it up, drink it, have a good time, throw on some wrestling, throw on some camper, play some retro video games, and you'll have a great time.
Yeah, so anyway, it was a great March 2019. Cheers to an even better April 2019. We have a lot of fun stuff coming down the pipe, so stay tuned. And cheers to all of you guys. All of your engagement, support of the channel, it really blows our mind. We don't know why you're into watching two idiots play games and drink beer and just say random shit, but maybe that's something that's wrong with you. I don't know. But nonetheless, we love you for it, and we always appreciate you tuning in and subscribing to the channel. Keep gaming, keep drinking. We'll see you next time right here on Gaming Off the Grid.
Hey guys, Game Off the Grid here. Welcome.
This is the end.
Bum bum bum.
My neck's bleeding.
Hey guys, Game Off the Grid here. Fuck. Spring has finally sprung, so it's time to recap the month that was February, March. Hey guys, Game Off Grid. Spring has finally sprung, so it's time to talk about the recap. It's time to recap. Wreak havoc. It's time to wreak havoc. I'll show you wreaking havoc.
Yeah. Woo. Give me a few minutes here. I'll wreak some havoc.